Hey, what's up, Dividend Nomads? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to take you guys into my Charles Schwab account, share with you guys what I have in my portfolio now, because I did make a few changes. I'll share with you how much I got paid and the overall performance. So I'm going to take you into the Charles Schwab account. Then also I'll take you to the spreadsheet and share all the performance and metrics and stuff with you guys, so you can see how it's holding up in these times and what's my thought process right now in terms of investing in these current times that we're going through. So let me record the screen on my phone first. 3, 2, 1, bam. All right, let's open up Charles Schwab. Let me go back to the main page here. So I'll refresh it for you guys. The market is closed. This is 8:20 in the morning here in China. You can see the Dow was pretty much flat. NASDAQ was down a little bit, and S&P also pretty much flat. My account, $74,282 right now. We were up about 0.5%, so just slightly better. $10,735 in cash. So if you go check out my positions, I'll go to view all. And I'll refresh it for you guys. Okay, XDTE, I've got 877 shares. I added a couple to this. I'm trying to get this up to about 1,000 shares. This is my stable workhorse. Like when the market gets hit hard, this doesn't get hit very hard. It tends to do a little bit better. And it just pays me steady income without having a lot of volatility and a lot of crazy stuff happening. So this is why I like this one. WPay, 426 shares. This is, you guys know the Round Hill weekly pay. It is like, has all the leveraged weekly pairs in it. So this moves up pretty good, but it moves down pretty good too. So, but this is kind of like a growth income play for me, because I do believe overall most of the stuff it has is going to grow. So it's got like the Mag 7 in it and a few extra things here and there too, like your Berkshire Hathaway and Uber and Robinhood, and some stocks outside the Mag 7 that have a lot of growth potential. So I like this one. 426 shares. YBTC, 107 shares. So this all in the portfolio. I sold the other stuff, like I have HOW. I sold it before earnings. I do like that stock, but sold before earnings because I knew a beatdown was coming. And yeah, it raced like 13% in one day. So I'm glad I got out of it before that. But it did hurt WPay a little bit. So that's okay. Not too bad. Down here, $5,076 in SWVXX. And then I got another $5,600 in cash. So that's what's actually in the portfolio. But what I want to do is take you into the spreadsheet, share with you guys the performance of how this thing is actually performing right now, and share with you guys my dividend records and stuff like that. So let's do that. 3, 2, 1, bam. All right. So here we are in the spreadsheet. I'll make it bigger. So you can see here, we got WPay, XDTE, YBTC. These blank slots you see in the middle is where I actually had other stuff there. But I sold those stocks. And so now I'm down to 3. And I didn't move these because I kept to remove all the numbers and all this and that. It's pain in the butt. So I just left the blank spaces there. But anyway, you see the number of shares and all that stuff. It's the same that I just showed you in the actual portfolio. We're going to check out the performance, though, and the allocation just for fun. Maybe. Well, it's hard to get all of it on here, but I want to make it big so you guys can see. Hey, okay, so here we are. WPay at the top with the blue box around it. You can see the market return is negative. Total return is negative. So we're negative on everything across the board. 6% on the market and 2% on total return. But this is a new position. I've only had this for like 3 weeks now. And in the current circumstances, the market volatility, the earnings, and all the crazy stuff happening, it's going to be volatile. It's going to take some time to do its thing. But I'm not worried about this one really, because it is not capped to the upside, as most of you know. So this can grow, has a lot of growth plays in it, and it does pay weekly. So this is going to, I believe it's going to be okay here very soon. XDTE, you can see this is also down on the market return. I've had this one for over a year now. I got it right at the all-time high. And then we got hit with the tariff news like in April, and this thing came down, and it was coming back. My market return was only like 0.5% just a few days ago, and then more bad news, and it got beat back down. But the total return is good. We're up 7% on total return, provides steady income. So I'm actually overall happy with this one, and I'm okay with adding to it because it is pretty steady, stable workhorse that doesn't have NAV erosion. Yes, it's down. It goes down in price when the entire market goes down. It gets beat down over tariffs and things like that. But it does come up and recover. It's just a very, very slow process, and it takes a long time. Like you would need a long bull market in order to completely recover. Whereas WPay can recover just like bam, just like that, really fast. So yeah, that's what we have going on there. But I like the stability. So yeah, YBTC, you guys know it's been getting beat up really bad. Market return though, it's not too bad because this isn't a large position. Total return is positive, and I'm up 20% on total return. And I'm not sure about Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin may end up maybe around the $90,000, $92,000 mark. So this can still go down more, but I believe eventually it's going to go up because, you know, I think they're pressing the prices of Bitcoin and gold and stuff down because they want to buy more. When I say they, I mean like the government. I think the government wants to load up on this stuff, and they don't want to load up on it at $100,000, and I think they're trying to push it down. But I think, I don't know, it might stop around the $90,000 mark, and hopefully it'll go back up after that. So for YBTC, I think I'll keep it, and I'm going to probably maybe add a little to it, but nothing too crazy. So that's my plan there, as you can see here. So WPay pays me on Wednesday, YBTC pays me on Thursday, XETE pays me on Friday. So I might consider a Monday and Tuesday payer and just get paid every day of the week. Why not? It might be fun, but I don't know if that's the best decision to make right now. But it's just kind of fun seeing the money come in like every day like that. My allocation, WPay 28%, XTTE 51%, which is basically the S&P 500. So I'm perfectly fine with this being this percentage of the portfolio. And then YBTC 5%. So if it's 10% or less on YBTC, I'm happy with that. But I won't let this get out of hand. I won't let it get over 10% for sure. So what else am I thinking of doing? I'm probably going to add back a single stock booster, like let's say like a yield booster, something that pays a really high yield, but also a good company. So which I had Robinhood in here before, or HOOW, the leveraged version of Robinhood. So I might go back with that once it settles down, and I may consider Palantir's leveraged version, PLTW, something like that. But it'll also be a very small percentage. It won't be a large percentage of this portfolio because this portfolio is, you know, I like this 50% steady, stable income. Then I have like this 28%. It's income, but it has growth potential. And then I have my Bitcoin diversification here. So, so far, yeah, I'm just thinking of adding one more yield booster for now. And then other than that, once this portfolio starts getting closer to the $100,000 mark in total value, I'll be adding more. Like I can add more right now. Like typically, I've mentioned this before in several videos, but any portfolio, if you have $100,000 or less, I try to keep the positions to 5, maybe 7 in total, but really 5. And like usually most of those are going to be like index-based diversified funds. Like XDTE is index-based. WPay is, you know, a diversified fund, but it's also kind of index-based because it has the Mag 7, maybe a NASDAQ, something like that, or some Bitcoin exposure, and then maybe a small percentage to a couple of single stocks. So this is how I like to approach my 5 to 7 stocks, somewhere like that. So yeah, I got some space to add more. So I'm just keeping my eye out for a good opportunity of what to actually add. I don't want to do like a bunch of overlap. Like there's no point in having like an XDTE and then SPYI. It's overlap. They're both the same index. What's the point, right? And so like even like a Maggie, like MAGY is a good stock, but why buy it when I have WPay, which also has the Mag 7? Again, it's too much overlap, and I don't want the overlap in the portfolio. It doesn't make sense to have a lot of overlap just because one fund's paying income in a different day or different method or something like that. So I tried to avoid the overlap in the portfolio. So now that you know that, let's check out the dividend log really quick. So this is November. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Try to just put these at the top. Can I do that? Come on, man. There we go. So right now, this is November in the blue box there. So far, WPay has paid me $227, and I will still get plenty more payments from them. Actually, let's check the calendar. What's today? The 8th. WPay pays on Wednesday. So 1, 2, 3. I'll get 3 more payments from WPay this month. So we got a long way to go there. XDTE, well, what happened? XDTE paid me $180 so far this month, which was yesterday. And then YBTC paid me $32 on Thursday. So all 3 of these that I hold right now will be paying me 3 more times this month. So that's a good thing. Be waiting for that. See if we can reach the income level we had last month. Let's see. So far this month, we're at $503. This $63 you see here is from HOOW. I sold it, but I sold it after they already, after the X date. So I got the dividend from it. That's what that 63 is. So anyway, $500 so far this month, and we're only in the first week. We still got 3 weeks to go. You see, last month we reached $2,000. So, like to reach $2,000 again this month or more. We'll see. Yeah, so that's really all I got right now for you in the portfolio. The sold positions, I shared this with you guys usually before, but you can see here, all these are the YoMax stuff that I just made a video about, talking about how much they suck. And you can see all the sea of red here. It's all YoMax crap. These 3 that are not red are not YoMax, QQQI, QDTE, HOOW. So these were the positive ones. So it's kind of easy to see. Here's my return percentages of the YoMax stuff, right? Don't buy that stuff. I'll preach it in every video if I have to, because it's awful. So anyway, that's what I've got in the portfolio. That's how much I made. That's my thoughts about what's going on right now. Actually, some more thoughts about what's going on right now. I'm trying to be patient with deploying money because we are still in this government shutdown. This is the longest shutdown in history, and which that doesn't matter about the longest shutdown in history. What matters is the government is shut down, and that's bad for the stock market. If the government opens back up, I think the market's going to rally towards the end of the year, but we got to get the government open first. If it doesn't open, I don't know about a year-end stock market rally. But we've already surpassed, like I said, the longest government shutdown in history. So is it going to stay shut down much longer? I'm going to say no. I might be wrong, but I don't think it's going to stay shut down much longer. I think they're going to have to come to some kind of deal because everybody wants to get paid. You have problems with the TSA now. A lot of other workers who are out of work right now are wanting to get paid, and they're becoming very disgruntled. So I do think the market's going to end up opening very soon. When it does, look out. I think we have a rally coming. But that's my thoughts on that. And for now, that's all I got. I'll see you guys next time. Comment Discord below. Come join us in Discord. I'll see you next time.